a disturbing trend. About every month, couple of months or so, a story breaks about an author who has, for whatever reason, decided to respond to a bad review. Now, I guess it's possible to respond to a bad review in a sane and reasonable way, but these stories that break are never about that. These authors tend to go a bit crazy. So you might be wondering, how should an author respond to a bad review? And it's pretty simple. Authors should not respond to bad reviews. Authors shouldn't really respond to reviews at all. Authors seem to be under the impression that reviews are written for them and are advice to them, and they are not. Reviews are written for a different audience. They're not written for authors, they are written for readers. And this makes sense because each book generally has one author, maybe a couple of authors. And so if your audience was just a single author or a couple of authors, it wouldn't make sense to have a whole blog or have a whole review publication that was just geared to this handful of readers. So obviously reviews are not written for authors, they are written for readers. But authors, being authors and wanting to know how people feel about their books, do generally read reviews of their books. This isn't a good habit because you're going to read some bad ones and they're going to upset you. The author stories I have read about authors behaving badly and responding to bad reviews have concerned reviews in all sorts of publications. Have concerned reviews on Goodreads, have concerned reviews on blogs, have concerned reviews written for major newspapers. If you put anything out there, a public work, you are going to receive reviews. If you don't want to receive reviews, then don't publish your book. This is a video about authors who decide to take steps that they shouldn't take and respond to any bad reviews. You shouldn't do this. Just don't do it. If you do this, you're going to become a laughingstock. You are going to become the story that everyone is talking about, and not in a good way. You will not get good attention for your book. You will get bad attention for your book. You will only get yourself blacklisted. You know, if you respond to a blogger who took the time to read your book and write a review, and you trash her review and trash her blog and call her names, well, guess what? Not only will that blogger not want to review your book anymore, but that blogger has friends, and other bloggers stick together. And so you can rest assured that your future books will not get read and reviewed by bloggers. Actually, I just came up with a solution. If you don't want to get reviews, you could respond to bad reviews by being all crazy, and that might stop future people from reviewing your books. It might stop future people from reading your books too. So if you can't control yourself and stay away from reading reviews of your book, and you read reviews that you don't like and that are upsetting, there are steps that you can take. All of those steps involve not going out there publicly and talking about the review or how angry you are, or how upset you are. And when I say publicly, I mean stay off social media, stay off Twitter, stay off Facebook, stay off Tumblr, stay off Goodreads. You know, you can send an email to your friends. You can complain to your cat, or your dog, or your mom. You can print out a copy of the review and burn it in effigy. You can console yourself by reading bad reviews that have been written about books that you know are good. Because a review is an opinion, there's no way that you can say that a review is wrong because it's someone sharing their opinion. Now, if they misinterpret facts or misinterpret the story, that's their problem, but it's not your problem. It is not your job as an author to correct reviewers. It is your job as an author to ignore the reviews, be they bad or good, and go on with your work. Write new books. As an author, you should be honored that anyone has taken the time to read your book, whether or not they like it or not, and whether or not they write a review or not. Even a bad review is written by someone who actually took time to read your book. If they didn't enjoy it, it's upsetting. But this is life. If you can't handle criticism, this probably isn't the right business for you. So even though your gut reaction when you read a bad review may be to respond to the review, call out the writer of the review, maybe even write mean things about the writer of the review, know that this is a case where your gut is wrong. Sometimes you don't want to go with your gut, especially when your gut is telling you to do something that you're going to regret 15 minutes down the line, or a week down the line, especially when you've become the laughingstock of the internet. So to avoid getting blacklisted, so to avoid becoming a laughingstock, it is in your best interest, authors, to ignore bad reviews, to ignore reviews in general, to spend your time writing or networking, but not responding to bad reviews. My name is Alyssa Grasso. I'm an author, and that means I have received reviews of my work. Not all of them have been glowing. I am proud to say that I have never responded to anyone who has written a bad review of my book. I hope that you can say the same. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new awkward author videos every Tuesday.